Welcome back friends in one more video of lecture series on test of hypothesis, and in this video we will discuss one sample student t-test. The one sample t-test determines whether the sample mean is statistically different from a known or hypothesized population mean. The one sample t-test is a parametric test. This test is also known as single sample t-test. The variable used in this t-test is known as test variable. In a one sample t-test, the test variable is compared against a test value, which is a known or hypothesized value of the mean in the population. Common use of one sample t-test. The one sample t-test is commonly used to test the following: statistical difference between a sample mean and a known or hypothesized value of the mean in the population, or it can be used for statistical difference between the sample mean and the sample midpoint of the test variable, or it can also be used for the statistical difference between the sample mean of the test variable and chance, and it can also be used for statistical difference between a change score and 0. Here we should note down that the one sample t-test can only compare a single sample mean to a specified constant. It cannot compare sample means between two or more groups. If we want to compare the means of multiple groups to each other, we will likely want to run an independent sample t-test to compare means of two groups, or a one-way ANOVA to compare means of two or more groups. Hypothesis. The null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis of the one sample t-test can be expressed as null hypothesis mu equal to x, or the sample mean is equal to the proposed or population mean, whereas the alternative hypothesis can be defined as mu is not equal to x, or the sample mean is not equal to the proposed or population mean, where mu is a constant proposed for the population mean and x is the sample mean. Test statistic. The test statistic for a one sample t-test is denoted by t, which is calculated using the following formula: t equal to x bar minus mu over sx, where sx equal to s over square root of n. In this formula, mu stands for proposed constant for the population mean, x bar stands for sample mean, n stands for sample size, that is number of observation, s stands for sample standard deviation, and sx stands for estimated standard error of the mean. The calculated t-value is then compared to the critical t-value from the t-distribution table with degree of freedom df equal to n minus 1. And here we also have to choose the confidence level. If the calculated t-value is more than the critical t-value, we have to reject the null hypothesis, and if the calculated t-value is less than the critical t-value, we will accept the null hypothesis. Let's understand this concept with some examples. In sample question 1, we want to check is there any difference in weight of apples from our garden with a normal apple weight. Overall data indicate that an Indian apple weight is on an average 200 gram. The data taken from a sample of 25 apples from our garden indicate an average apple weight is 210. with a standard deviation of 15 gram. That our garden apples are different from an average apple. We have to test our hypothesis at a 5% alpha level. We will solve this question in different steps. In step 1, we will write our null hypothesis. The accepted hypothesis is that there is no difference in weight. So, null hypothesis will be mu equal to 200 gram. In step 2, we have to write our alternate hypothesis. This is the one we are testing. we think that there is a difference, so we can write mu is more than 200 gram. In step 3, we have to identify the following pieces of information. We will need to calculate the T statistic. The question should give us these items. The sample mean or X bar, this is given in the question as 210 gram. The population mean or mu, given as 200 gram from the past data. The sample standard deviation is given as 15 gram, which stands for S. And the total number of observation or value for N is 25. In step number 4, we have to insert these value in T-score formula. As we knew that T stands for X bar minus mu over Sx or X bar minus mu over S over standard root of N. Therefore, T value will be 210 minus 200 divided by 15 over square root of 25. Or we can say that the T value is 3.33 for this question. Now we have to find out the degree of freedom, which is equivalent to total observation minus 1. That's why it will be 25 minus 1 or 24. Now we will check the tabulated value. As we knew that degree of freedom for this question is 24 and the significance level is 0.05. And if we want to check the T value for degree of freedom 24 and significance level 0.05, it will be equivalent to 1.711. Now go back to the previous slides, and now we can compare that our critical tabulated value is 1.711 and our calculated value is 3.33. As calculated T value is more than critical tabulated T value, we reject the null hypothesis and accept the alternative hypothesis. Or we can say that in our result, mu is significantly more than 200 gram. Or in other words, we can say that apples from our garden are heavier than the normal apples. Let's take one more example. A professor wants to know if her introductory statistics class has a good grasp of basic math. 6 students were chosen at random from the class and given a math proficiency test. The professor wants the class to be able to score above 70 on the test. The 6 students get a score 62, 92, 75, 68, 83 and 95. Can the professor have 90% confidence that the mean score for the class on the test would be above 70? Or can the professor have 95% confidence that the mean score for the class on the test would be above 70? In this problem, the null hypothesis will be mu is equal to 70 and alternative hypothesis will be mu will be more than 70. First of all, we have to compute the sample mean and standard deviation, and after calculation we will find the mean value for this data set is 79.17 and the standard deviation of this sample is 13.17. Now we will calculate the T value, which will be equivalent to 79.17 minus 70 over 13.17 divided by square root of 6, and the value for this will be 1.71. To test the hypothesis, the computed T value of the 1.71 will be compared to the critical value in the T table. But which do you expect to be larger and which do you expect to be smaller? One way to reason about this is to look at the formula and see what effect different means would have on the computation. If the sample had been 85 instead of 79.17, the resulting T value would have been much larger because the sample mean is in the numerator. The larger it is, the larger the resulting figure will be. At the same time, we knew that a higher sample mean will make it more likely that the professor will conclude that the math proficiency of the class is satisfactory, and that is the null hypothesis of less than satisfactory class math knowledge can be rejected. Therefore, it must be true that the larger computed t-value, the greater the chance that the null hypothesis can be rejected. It follows then that if the computed t-value is larger than the critical t-value from the table, the null hypothesis can be rejected. A 90% confidence level is equivalent to an alpha level of 0.10. The number of degrees of freedom for the problem is 6 minus 1, or it will be equivalent to 5. The value in the t table for t 10 to 5 is 1.476. Because the computed t value of 1.71 is larger than the critical value in the table, the null hypothesis can be rejected. And the professor had evidence that the class mean on the math test would be above 70. On the other hand, a 95% confidence level is equivalent to an alpha level of 0.05. The number of degree of freedom for the problem is remains same, that is 6 minus 1 will be equivalent to 5. The value in the t table for t 0.05.5 is 2.015. Because the computed t value of 1.71 is smaller than the critical value in the table, the null hypothesis can be accepted, and the professor had evidence that the class mean on the math test would be equal to 70. Or we can summarize our result as at 90% confidence level, mu will be more than 70, or we can say that students have performed far better than the average 70. On the other hand, at 95% confidence level, we cannot say the same thing, and it shows that on an average all the students score equal to 70 marks, and there is no significant difference at this level. Let's take one more example. Mr. X measures the plant height of a plant species. Based on the following data set, we have to estimate that the plant height is significantly less than 25 or not. To solve it, first of all, we knew that the n is 10, summation x is 240, and the mean plant height will be summation x over n, or it will be equivalent to 24. In the next column, we will find out the deviation of the individual value from the mean value, and then we can square these values, and the total of these squared deviation will be 136. With the help of these values, we can calculate the variance of the plant height, which will be equivalent to 15.11. We can also calculate the standard deviation of the mean plant height, which will be equivalent to square root of variance, and the value for this will be 3.887. And the standard error of mean plant height will be s over square root of n, and the standard error of the mean plant height can be calculated as 3.887 divided by square root of 10, and the value will be 1.2292. Now we will make the null hypothesis that the mu will be equal to 25, whereas in alternate hypothesis we can say that mu is not equal to 25 or less than 25. After putting all these values in t formula, we say that t equal to x bar minus mu over sx, and the t value for this problem will be 24 minus 25 divided by 1.2292, and the t value will be 0.8135. In this problem, we can find out the degree of freedom will be of our total observation minus 1, or 10 minus 1 will be equal to 9. Now we will again check this value in our t distribution table. As we knew that degree of freedom for this will 9, and 0.05 is our significance level. The tabulated value for this will be 1.812. Now we will go back to our previous slides. We knew that critical tabulated value is 1.812, and our calculated t value is 0.8135. As calculated t value is less than critical tabulated t value, we accept the null hypothesis, or we can say that plant height of the sample are equal to 25 and there is no significant difference. So my dear friend, this was all about one sample t-test. In the next video, we will discuss independent two sample t-test. Till then, like and share this video, press the bell icon to subscribe my channel. Jai Hind, bye bye.